This month marks 2 years of living in Sweden. It is August 2023. I moved to Sweden from the United States as a registered nurse from America in August 2021. It was during the pandemic, and now here I am. So I thought this is a great time to do a 2-year anniversary video. As you can tell from the background, if you've seen my videos before, the background's different. That's because I'm in a different apartment. I moved to Malmö. I've been living in Helsingborg for 2 years, Helsingborg, Sweden, and I've been moving to Malmö over the last 2 weeks. I started my first job in Malmö, so it's my second job here in Malmö. And I'm not going to mention the name of the place. I want to try to stay professional, but I will say I'm super excited because I don't know, it just has such a good workflow there. I love the teamwork. I love the mentality of people there. And I feel like it's going to really open up a whole lot of doors to me. So super excited about that. And I'll keep you posted on how that develops. I'm working towards getting my nursing license. So hopefully I'll have that by the end of the year. All in all, things are looking up. I definitely feel a whole lot happier. I don't think I've felt this happy in years, honestly. You think about it. The last 2 years, I've been trying to come into the system here in Sweden. It has not been easy. You can see that from my other videos. I really had to struggle, and it feels like my whole life was at a bottleneck. I was actually getting to the point where I was starting to question me coming here to Sweden. Like, did I do the right thing? And then all of a sudden, I passed the bottleneck, and I got my driver's license, and now I've got my second job. I can speak a lot of Swedish. I'm working towards getting my nursing license, and a lot of things are just kind of falling in place. And now I'm in Malmö. I feel like I'm going to thrive a whole lot better here in Malmö. Helsingborg was a good city to start. I had some people that were wonderful to me and really helped me out, like helping me with getting a bank account and helping me with my first apartment and so on and so on. But I feel overall, Helsingborg, it's a nice place if you have a family. But if you're a single guy, especially coming from a place that's a little bit more outgoing, like I come from the United States, and it's kind of funny because I'm a bit of an introvert. I've done those personality tests that say that I'm like what's called an extroverted introvert. So it's like naturally I'm an introvert, but if I get around the right people, then I'm a little bit more extroverted. And so yeah, I enjoy company of people and measured doses. But I feel like in Helsingborg, it's like after 5 or 6 o'clock, everything's dead. And if you don't have family or friends there, then there's nothing to do. The beaches are nice if the weather's nice. But other than that, yeah, for me, I just need a little something more. Now I'm in Malmö. I know a lot of people don't really care for Malmö that live here in Sweden. There's been complaints about criminality and that sort of thing. But coming from the United States, I hate to say it, I've even been a victim of gun violence myself. We have a lot of shootings and things like that. I'm living here in Malmö, and from my perspective as an American, I've actually driven through some of these neighborhoods. And compared to some places that I've been to in Texas, I don't really feel quite so afraid. I mean, I'm going to be careful and that sort of thing. I'm not going to, try to go in questionable neighborhoods willy-nilly. But at the same time, I do feel a whole lot safer here. Like, I feel like I can walk around at nighttime, and I don't feel as scared as I would if I was back home in Texas. So that's a real huge plus for me living here in Malmö. There's a whole lot more nightlife. There's a lot of restaurants. The people are super friendly here. I feel like almost like there's a similar vibe like when I've gone to Gothenburg. Gothenburg people are super outgoing. I've even heard people say that Gothenburg is like the friendliest city in Sweden. But I feel like here in Malmö people are too. Even my first day I came here, a lot of Swedish people were just, randomly talking to me. And so it's a refreshing, nice change. There's nothing wrong with being more private and that sort of thing. But for me and my personality, it's nice once in a while to be able to engage with folk. Especially, like I said, being single, you kind of need a little bit of some sort of interaction when you're new to this land. So I just want to say thank you to everyone in Malmö that's been so kind and warm and welcoming to me here. And so I will be putting out more content as I can. Right now, I've got a whole lot of stuff on my plate. Like I said, I've moved here, still working on the language. I've got my new job. My car broke down, so now I got to find a mechanic and get that all sorted out. And still kind of sort of unpacking a few things. Also working on trying to teach myself how to do more things on this YouTube channel because a lot of people are reaching out to me with really good questions, and I just don't have the resources to be able to help each person individually. So it seems more logical that I create a platform where I can reach out to more people all at one time and kind of streamline things. So I'm working on trying to learn how to do live streaming, and once I've got that up and running and have it all figured out, we can probably do a test live stream and just double check that everything works. And then yeah, if it ends up being a thing and people like it and benefit from it, then I can probably make it a regular thing once every couple of weeks or once a month or something like that. And yeah, go from there. It has been really difficult for me. This was a lifelong dream to want to move to Sweden. If you haven't seen my videos before, I came to Sweden for many reasons. A lot of people don't understand why I came here. They're like, you came from America and you were a nurse. You could have made so much money. But I was suffering from burnout. And on top of that, you know, since I was a little boy, I have had such a fascination with other cultures and languages. I love Europe. I love history. And it's always been a dream to follow in the footsteps of my grandmother, who passed away a few years ago. My grandmother, she lived in Germany because she was married to a man who was in the Air Force. And they lived there several years. She taught herself German. They had brought their 3 children there, and the kids started learning German. And then they moved to England after that, and my mother was born in England in that process. Then they moved back to the States. And it was so cool to hear all the stories from my grandmother. When she got older, she could look back on it. And to me, that's what's really important. You know, as long as you have enough money to get your bills paid and keep food on the table and have a little bit left extra, I would rather have more experiences rather than have more money over that. So I ended up here in Sweden, and that's a whole nother thing about how I ended up here. It seems to be that is the number one question I get asked by people in Sweden is, how did you end up here in Sweden? So I have put some videos out on that. I think I'm going to do another one, but I'll probably do the next one in Swedish because, like I said, this is a 2-year anniversary. So I think it's time for me to do a 2-year anniversary in Swedish video. So that will probably be my next one. So thank you guys for staying tuned. I appreciate your support. I've had a few people ask me about, because I've been able to like help them with a little bit of questions that they've got regarding moving here in Sweden or life here in Sweden, and they've wanted to send me money. I don't like asking for money. I don't really make hardly anything. I've gotten one paycheck here on YouTube, and it was like $200, and I've been doing this for 2.5 years. But it does cost money to put this stuff together, to buy equipment, that sort of thing. So if you do want to support me, there is a way to do that. In the YouTube videos, there is a button you can click on. It's a super thanks button, and you're able to donate whatever you want. So feel free to click that if you want to. I'm not going to ask for money, but I have had people asking how they can do that. So look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. Thanks again for your support, and I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day.